And that was the 996 Wilson Express bus, which I just took over to Wilson Station here from Yorkdale Station. And hey everyone, today is Thursday, September 14th. The time is 4:09 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 19 degrees Celsius. There goes the bus I was just on. It's been a while since I've been to this station. But for this one, I'm going to head on down to street level at Wilson, and then I'm going to walk over to Dufferin and then head south and cut through Yorkdale Mall. I'm going to try to make my way over to Yorkdale Park. And that there is the Allen Road, which was built with the intention on becoming the Spadina Expressway. And this is actually just where it starts, just to the north of here. And it ends to the south down at Eglinton. It was originally supposed to go all the way down towards the lake and cut through Chinatown and rip up a number of notable neighborhoods on the way. And early plans had it extending north from here up to around where Highway 7 is. But that was kiboshed in 1971, and we ended up with this partially built road called the Allen Road. All right, subway and street level, head down. That's where I shall go. And this station opened back in 1978 as part of a northern subway extension from St. George Station. And it features a number of interesting pieces of art. And you'll see there's an elevator, so it is accessible. It wasn't originally accessible. I think those upgrades went in a few years ago. All right, so I want to head out to Wilson Avenue. So if you're wondering, we are here, and this used to be the northern terminus of this side of Line 1, and then they built Downsview Station, which is now Shepherd West, and it was recently extended up to Vaughan. And the station sits on the south end of Downsview Park. And it incorporates this neat two-level bus bay. Bus bays, however you say it. There's an interesting spot for a cop. And this is Wilson Avenue. which ends to the east there over at Yonge Street. Then it becomes York Mills on the other side. It's basically a Stroad. We're making our way over to another Stroad. Someone just parked their motorcycle there. It's got no plates. That's curious. If you're a fan of my more urban videos, this is definitely going to be a change of pace. There's a large power center on the south side of Wilson. There used to be a number of surface level parking lots that serve the station, but I think there's just one now with around 1,000 parking spots. They've gradually given way to development, and I think there's plans to build housing on part of the remaining parking lot. There's a kiss and ride station over there. Maybe I should have walked over to that and came out. Let's see if I can make the next light cycle. And that's Downsview Park straight ahead on the right. I was about to say that Mazda has a broken turn signal, but there we go. There's a Jollibee. Oh, you're on the sidewalk, you know that, right? You're not supposed to be. That guy almost hit me. Why is he on the sidewalk in that thing?
I don't understand that those kind of things need to be on the road.
Even a bicycle is supposed to be on the road.
Oh, I know.
That's ridiculous. He almost hit me.
Nobody cares anymore.
Well, if the police don't care, people aren't going to care.
Exactly.
There's a 29 Dufferin bus. AKA the Sufferin Dufferin. I literally looked over my shoulder. And that guy's e-bike was right up on my leg. There's a Home Depot and a large Costco over there. Truly a big slice of suburbia in what was the former borough of North York. I think that Michael's used to be a Linens and Things at some point. And I mentioned that's Downsview Park. Wilson Station used to be a major feeder into that park whenever there was a big event. But they've since built Downsview Park Station. Also, there's a bus that runs from Shepherd West into the park. There is an airfield. I think the south end of the airstrip is just north of here as well, in Downsview Park. Pedestrian friendly, this is not. So you can see the Vaughan City Centre quote-unquote skyline off in the distance. That's where the western side of Line 1 terminates. These buildings are what you could call faux urbanism. They try to give off the vibe of being located in an old downtown, an old Main Street feel, but they end up feeling kind of cheap and sterile. There's Best Buy. I don't mean to sound overly negative. If I see something good, I'll try to point it out. There's the 120 bus. I really think they ought to build a busway on this street, and the same goes for Lawrence. Every single bus you see is just packed with people. And I had a choice of 3 different buses from Yorkdale Station. I just took which one came first, and that was the express bus. But there was a huge crowd waiting for all 3 of them. So if I'm not mistaken, this neighborhood is Clanton Park, where I am now. And this is Dufferin Street coming up, so I'll be turning left here and heading south down Yorkdale Mall, Yorkdale Mall. Looks like this gas bar and auto garage is closed down. I'm going to cross over to the west side of Dufferin and head south, as there's a bit more to look at on that side. And between here and Highway 401, there's only one more crossing. And that's look south. These are what City Nerd calls beg buttons, although these aren't. You'll often see people press these button for audible signal only when they don't have to. So you have to read the sign on the post, because sometimes if you don't press them, you'll never trip the pedestrian signal. That lady just ran a red and turned right in front of this guy who was crossing at the signal. There is coffee time. It's often been thought of as sort of a second-rate Tim Hortons. I haven't actually been in a long time. Cheetos Pizza. At the end of this one, I'm planning on firing up a live stream. And you can probably find that on the channel by now. I'm thinking of heading all the way down to Eglinton West Station from here. It's interesting how there's still homes on Dufferin Street in this area. There's Yorkdale Mall across the street, or rather across the highway. I wonder what kind of development's going in that lot. They have excavated a whole lot. I would guess a big commercial, yeah, probably not industrial, but probably a commercial use. There's a development notice on that lot there. Just on the other side of the highway there's a trio of condo towers going up. I remember at one time that used to be a Holiday Inn hotel right in that spot. Guess you're just supposed to take your life in your own hands as a pedestrian crossing here. And this is North America's busiest highway, the major East Route corridor across Ontario. think this is 16 lanes I'm walking underneath, divided into express and collector sides. Thank you. If everyone was like that guy, we really wouldn't have a problem with people riding on the sidewalk. But sadly, that's not the case. There's those three towers. She kind of cleared the way for me to cross there. I was prepared to wait for the next light cycle. There's Yorkdale Mall. Which began its life as a rather pedestrian mall in 1964. And it's expanded dramatically since then. I remember going there as a kid in the late 80s and early 90s, as my grandparents lived right around the corner from here. But it's become increasingly more upscale over recent years. Kind of bucking the trend faced by a lot of American suburban malls. Well, at least there's a yield sign for vehicles coming down this off-ramp. So I've done a few walks down this stretch of Dufferin Street here, between here and Lawrence before. I'll probably come back in the coming months and do an updated version. But I am going across the street and head over into the mall. I've done several videos through the mall in recent years. It's nice they've got this pedestrian walkway here. I believe that is part of Holt Renfrew. So I will enter the mall and head towards the subway station. Immediate customer parking only. How would they know if you parked here and then popped into the subway? This was unveiled by then Mayor Mel Lastman in 1994. So this won't be an extensive tour of the mall by any means. Oh, that's nice. There's Hudson's Bay, one of the anchor stores. It is quiet in here. It's often a madhouse on weekends. Definitely no shortage of high-end stores. There's a cop in front of that Rolex. They're probably paying him as opposed to a third-party security guard. The difference being, if something happens, the cop can actually do something about it. There is Aloe straight ahead, a store that has been popping up everywhere lately. I think it's a competitor to Lululemon. I don't really know much about that stuff. Tesla dealership. And here's a store that's going to be busy next week as the iPhone 15s roll out. Oh, there's Holt. That wasn't Holt I saw earlier. Dolce & Gabbana, and Gucci on the right. Dior. Holt, a store that carries a lot of these brands we're walking past. Balenciaga. I've been here enough times to know I'm heading towards the subway station. Longchamp? I don't even know what that is. Furlaw? I'm pretty sure there's still a Samsung store here. I know the one in the Eaton Center recently closed, unfortunately. And given all the high-end shops, this GameStop and Foot Locker seem a little out of place. Craig's Cookies. There's the Canada Goose, and Uniqlo is down that way. I think there's an Allbirds shoe store as well. Oh, there's the Samsung store.
No, some just like they seal the top.
It's a pretty neat view. And that is Yorkdale Park just over there. I'm gonna try to snag a selfie for my live stream coming up. As that vet kicks up a fuss. Well, the lighting wasn't really good. I wanted the mall in the background there, but can't really make out my face with the sun overexposing the shot. Well, there's Yorkdale Station. And I pointed out the Allen Road at the start of this one. Oh, there it is right there. They've got this sign that shows how many parking spots are in each lot. And just south of here is the Lawrence Heights neighborhood. Speaking of heights, I'm just gonna see if there's a view from up top on this hill. And then I think we're gonna wrap this one up. So I will preemptively say I hope you enjoyed this one. Curious to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to drop a like and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. This is a little different, combining a subway station and some Stroads and a fairly high-end shopping mall. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.